You have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. The artist seemed to personify these insights. Nope, totally serious dudes, the homeless man said enthusiastically. I have a house. I have a house not far from a village called Solitude. And believe me, they named it accurately. It's only when you get away from the noise and nuisance and be in quiet and tranquility that you remember who and all you are truly meant to be. Just say yes to life and let's do this. Like the guru on the platform said, a magic will show up for you the more you start exploiting the terrific opportunities that appear along your path. Seemingly by accident, you can't win a game you don't play, right? The reality is that life has got your back even when it doesn't look like it does. But you need to do your part and go all in when windows of opportunity appear. Oh, and if you come to my home on the island, the only thing I ask is that you stay long enough for me to teach you the philosophy and methodology that my secret advisor shared with me. Joining the 5 a.m. club requires a little time. The homeless man paused before adding, I'm also going to take care of all your expenses. Everything is covered. I will even send my private jet to pick you guys up if that's cool. The entrepreneur and the artist glanced at each other, amused, confounded, and entirely uncertain. Mind if my friend and I have a few moments alone, brother? Requested the artist, notebook still in hand. No sweat. Sure, take all the time you need. I will just go back to my seat over there and make some calls to my executive team, mentioned the homeless man as he paced away. This is absurd. Just AC9. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, now let me. This is absurd, just asinine, the artist said to the entrepreneur. I def agree with you that there is something special about him. Maybe even something magical. I know how insane that sounds, and I am fascinated by this mentor he keeps talking about, this teacher who sort of sounds like a modern day master. I'll admit that this street person has got some great insights, for sure, and he obviously seems to have a lot of experience, but just look at him. Man, the guy looks completely down and out, a complete mess. I don't think he has had a shower in weeks. His clothes are all ripped. He is beyond pretty. And sometimes he talks totally crazy talk. We have no idea who he is. This could be dangerous. He could be dangerous. Yes, definitely super weird. Everything that has happened here today is super weird, confirmed his companion. The entrepreneur's lean face then softened. Her eyes still seemed melancholic, though. I'm at a place in my life where I need to make some big changes, she confided. I just can't keep going on like this. I hear what you're saying. I've been suspicious of pretty much everyone and everything ever since I lost my dad when I was 11. A daughter growing up without a father is incredibly scary, to be honest. I still carry a lot of the emotional trauma with me. I think of him every day. I've had some bad intimate relationships. I have struggled a lot with low self worth and made some horrible choices in the relationships I've had. About a year ago, I started seeing a therapist who made me aware of why I was behaving the way I was behaving. The entrepreneur continued. Psychologists call it fatherless daughter syndrome. Deep within, I had a huge fear of abandonment and all the strong insecurities that come with that wound. Yes, this made me extraordinarily tough on the outside and ruthless in some ways. The chip on my shoulder over the loss of my father gave me my drive and my ambition, yet the loss also left me empty within. I'm learning that I have been trying to fill the void that he left when he left by pushing myself to exhaustion in my work with the belief that when I am even more successful, I will get the love I lost. I have been attempting to fill my emotional holes by chasing more money, chasing more money like a heroin addict needing a fix. I have been starving for social status and hungry for industry approval, escaping online for quick pleasure hits of entertainment when I could be doing things that matter. As I said, I'm realizing a lot of my behavior has been pushed from the fear created by my early challenges as a young woman. I felt inspired when the spellbinder spoke about never doing something for the money, but instead reaching for world class as a leader and a person for the meaning it provides, for the opportunity to grow it provokes, and for a shot at changing the world. His words made me feel so hopeful. I want to live in the way he spoke of. But I am nowhere near that place now. And recently, what has happened at my company pushed me to the edge. I'm really not doing well at life right now. I only came to this meeting because my mom gave me a free ticket and I'm so desperate for a change. The entrepreneur took a deep breath. Sorry, she apologized, looking embarrassed. I hardly know you, so I'm not sure why I'm revealing all this to you. I guess I just feel safe with you. I'm not sure why. I'm so sorry if I'm oversharing. No problem, said the artist. His body language showed he was engaged. He no longer anxiously played with his goatee and dreadlocks. We're so honest when we chat with taxi drivers and other people we don't really know, right? The entrepreneur went on. All I am trying to say is that I am ready for a transformation, and my gut tells me that this down and out man who wants to teach us how an excellent morning routine can build creative, productive, financial, and happiness empires really can help me and help us. And she added, remember his words? I like him, said the artist. He is a character. I love that he expresses himself so poetically sometimes and so passionately at others. He thinks so vividly and quotes Urs Bernard Shaw like his life depended on it. Really cool, but I still don't really trust him, the artist expressed as he punched a first into an open palm again. Probably ripped the words of some race idiot. Look, I understand how you're feeling, responded the entrepreneur. A lot of me feels the same way, and you and us met as well. I'm not sure what it would be like to go on this trip with you. I hope you don't mind me saying that. You seem like such a nice person. A few rough edges maybe. I understand where those come from, but you're good deep down. I know it. The artist looked mildly pleased. He glanced at the homeless man who was eating slices of avocado from a plastic bag. I will have to see if I can arrange my schedule to be away from the office so we can spend time with him. said the entrepreneur as he pointed to the homeless man. While he was munching on his snack, he was also talking on a relic of a mobile phone and staring at the ceiling. I'm starting to like the idea of spending some time near a village called Solitude on some tiny island, eating fabulous food and swimming with wild dolphins. I am beginning to feel this will be a phenomenal adventure. I'm starting to feel more alive again. Well, now that you say it that way, I'm liking the sound of this too, said the artist. I'm beginning to think there's a delicious insanity to all of this, a special opportunity to access a whole new university of originality. This might be the best thing yet for my art. It makes me think of what the writer Charles Bukowski said: some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead, and the spellbinder did encourage us to leave the boundaries of our normal lives so we grow into our gifts, talents, and strengths. Some instinct is also telling me to do this, so if you go, I will go. Well, you know what? I'll take the leap. It's done. I'm all in. Let's go, pronounced the entrepreneur. All in, agreed the artist. They both stood up and made their way to the homeless man who was now sitting with his eyes closed. What are you doing now? Quizzed the artist. Intense visualization of all I want to be and the higher other life I wish to create. A Turkish fighter pilot once told me that before every flight he would fly before we would fly. Fly before we would fly. He was suggesting that meticulously rehearsing the way he and his team wanted the mission to unfold in the theater of his imagination set them up to execute that vision of mastery in reality flawlessly. Your mindset is an enormously potent tool for private greatness, prodigious productivity, and creative victory, along with your heart set, health set, and soul set. I will teach you all about these remarkable concepts if you accept my invitation. Anyway, back to why I closed my eyes nearly every morning. I envision my ideal performance for the day ahead. I also reach deep into my emotions so I feel what it will feel like when I achieve the wins I have planned to accomplish. I lock myself into an extremely confident state where any form of failure isn't within the realm of possibility. Then I go out and do my finest to live out that perfect day. Interesting. The entrepreneur was fascinated. This is just one of the SOPs I run daily to stay on peak. Good science is confirming that this practice helps me unregulate my genome by turning on genes that were previously asleep. Your DNA isn't your destiny, you know. Not to worry, cats, you will learn about the breakthrough field of epigenetics when you're on the island. You will also learn some beautiful neuroscience on multiplying your success in this age of scattered attention so the weapons of mass distraction don't destroy your amazingness. I'll reveal everything I've discovered about creating projects that are so masterfully done they endure for generations. You will hear about fabulous ways to armor plate your mental focus and fireproof your physical energy. You will discover how the best business people in the world build dominant enterprises. You will discover how the best business people in the world build dominant enterprises and learn a calibrated system that the most joyful human beings on the planet apply each morning to create a life that borders on the magical. Oh, in case you were wondering, An SOP is a standard operating procedure. It's a term my special advisor used when he would speak about the daily structures needed to find triumph at the game of life. I assume you two are coming. Yes, we're coming, confirmed the entrepreneur in an upbeat tone. Thank you for your offer. Yeah, thanks, man, added the artist, now looking more composed. Please, the entrepreneur said earnestly. Earnestly. Teach us everything you know about creating the morning routine of a high impact leader and a supremely successful business person. I desperately want to improve my performance and my daily productivity. I will also need your help to restructure my life. To be honest, I'm feeling more inspired today than I have felt in a long time, but I'm not in the best place. Yeah, brother, said the artist, tell us your secrets for an epic morning routine that helps me become the best painter and man I can become. He waved his notebook in the air as he spoke. Send us your plane, take us to your village, give us some coconuts, let us ride your dolphins and improve our lives. We're all in. None of what you will discover will be motivation, noted the scraggly soul with a degree of seriousness he hadn't shown before. All of this will definitely be about transformation and it will be supported by strong data, the latest research, and immensely practical tactics that have been battle tested in the tough trenches of industry. Get ready for the greatest adventure you cats will ever experience. Excellent, declared the entrepreneur as he reached out to shake the weather beaten stranger's hand. I need to admit that this entire scenario has been extremely odd for both of us, but for whatever reason, we now trust you, and yes, we're totally open to this new experience. You're very kind to do this for us. Thank you, blurted out the artist. He looked somewhat surprised by the extent of his graciousness. Awesome. Smart decision, guys. Came the warm response. Please be outside this conference center tomorrow morning. Bring at least a few days warm of clothes. That's all. Like I said, I'm stoked to take care of everything else. All expenses are on me. I thank you. What are you thanking us? Wondered. Why are you thanking us? Wondered the entrepreneur. The homeless man smiled tenderly and scratched his beard thoughtfully. In his final sermon before he was assassinated, Martin Luther King Jr. said, everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve. You don't have to know about Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. The tramp whipped a morsel of avocado from the edge of his mouth and then carried on what he was saying. One of the big lessons I've learned over the years is that giving to others people is a gift you give to yourself. Raise the joy of others and you will get even more joy. Increase the state of your fellow human beings and naturally your own state of being askance. Success is cool but significance is rad. Generosity Generosity, not scarcity, is the trait of all the great men and women who have upgraded our world. And we need leaders, pure leaders, and not narcissists obsessed with their own self interest as never before. The homeless man looked down at his large watch one last time. You can take your title, net worth, and fancy toys with you when you die. You know, I've yet to see a moving truck following a hearse on its way to a funeral, he chuckled. The two listeners grinned. He's a treasure, whispered the entrepreneur. Deaf is. Definitely is. Acknowledged the artist. Stop saying Dave so much, said the internet. It's getting irritating. The artist looked a little shocked. Okay, all that matters on your last day on earth is the potential you've leveraged, the heroism you've demonstrated, and the human lives you have graced. The homeless man said eloquently. He then grew quiet and let out a deep breath. Anil, incredible that you're coming. We'll have a cool hang. May I bring my paint brushes? The artist asked politely. Only if you want to paint in paradise, came the homeless man's reply with a wink. And what time should we meet you outside this place tomorrow morning? Asked the entrepreneur, placing her handbag onto a thin, bony shoulder. 5 a.m., instructed the homeless man, on your morning, elevate your life. Then he disappeared. Um, so this is it. Mm, the ending of chapter 5. Uh, I'm not good at reciting the novel or book, or I'm not even good at reading English. I'm practicing in case you guys listen this full video or audio. I mean, you listened everything that I just read. Thank you very much, and I will read this chapter 6 again and upload it on YouTube so you guys can read with me again. And also I would appreciate it if you guys um, correct me when I mispronounced any word, or and also when I speak other than book, because there will be no mistakes in the book, but when I speak there could be grammatical mistakes or other mistakes. So I would love if you guys correct me, and thank you for reading with me. Have fun.